All right, so this is a board where button doesn't have a huge advantage. He still has all the overpairs, so he's going to be choosing a larger sizing. Makes sense. We aren't going to be check raising as often against polarized range, right? He's saying he would have checked some of his weaker hands when he bets large, so I don't think we'll be doing much check raising on this board in this spot. And with this hand in particular, I think we're just folding. Okay, similar story. We don't get to do a lot of check raises when villain is betting with a larger size, sort of indicating he's betting polarized. He should be betting pretty selectively on this board. We do have the nut draw here, as well as some pretty weak backdoor straight draws. Yeah, I think we only really have one option, just to call. Okay, the 3, we're definitely just going to be checking some more. He checks back, and the river, deuce of spades. I know typically in these spots where it goes check, check, we do a lot of blocking on the river. Probably want to have the ace of spades in our blocking range. Sometimes we roll a 2, so we'll see what happens if we block here. Okay, we end up getting raised. Do we get to raise him back, or are we only getting called by? Pretty interesting for him to have boats after. He wouldn't really check behind a turn with a boat, I don't think, because he doesn't want the pot to stagnate. So I think we're okay to raise. Okay, this is a board that's really bad for us. Just folding. Here's a board that's really bad for us, so we're not going to have many raises, even though he does only bet 2 here. So I think we're just calling. Yep, similarly, got to keep playing cautiously because of the board. And we're maybe not doing great if he continues to be aggressive here, but we don't really have a choice but to just call him. Okay, I think we're just calling still. Okay, so he backdoor straight on us. Flop goes check, check. Pretty dry board. I would expect him to be betting most of his range on his board. So when he checks, I think he's really weighted towards some ace high type hands. So the ace is definitely better for him. So we're going to be checking some more. And now we're just going to be folding. Okay, we definitely want to have some raises on this board. Because if not, he can just sort of bet his whole range. Small size with impunity. Here we have the best 10 we can have, so I think this hand probably makes a raise. Looks like we like to call. Looks like we choose to mostly call on this board. But as played, we do raise, and turn is a 9, so it's definitely uncapping. He could have called us with a hand like Queen Jack, with maybe like a backdoor flush draw. Alternatively, like he still has all the overpairs, and I guess he could have an 8 as well. Yeah, I think he's filtered quite a bit when we raise, so I think maybe just checking is the play here. Okay, he checks back, and the river makes a 4 straight, so I think we could block here. And if just fold if we get raised. Okay, looks like we like to check. Oh, so he's got the same hand as us. Let's actually check that hand out and see how each street, it seems like I fucked up each street. Okay, so on the flop, we definitely get to have some raises here with ace 10. Which aces do we prefer? They're all pretty even. I guess we have a slight preference for the, looks like, slight preference for the ace of hearts or the 10 of hearts, the ace of clubs. Okay, yeah, well, We do have some raises, so that's good. That's where we raise. Oof. He's meant to. Oh, he's meant to call quite a bit. He's meant to call with 30% of his nothings. In that case, I definitely like raising. I don't see pool calling with. Let's see, what don't I see? I don't see pool calling with hands like King 7 always, like King 7 on the back door always. Like, no way pool is doing that. Yeah, wow, okay. We're supposed to call really wide to a check raise here. Really wide. Cool. Okay. So as played, we do get called. So he has filtered a bit, but honestly, not a ton. Okay, and then here on this 9 turn, looks like we keep betting with our straights that get there. We keep betting with our gut shots. So a hand that we might have check raised, we still have a bluff with. But it looks like ace 10 probably just has a bit too much showdown value. Doesn't need a ton of protection. So it looks like we're mostly just calling with ace 10. I'm sorry, just checking with ace 10. Okay, when we check, he's supposed to bluff a lot of his jacks, obviously bet his straights. Oh, he's supposed to bet like all of his jacks, huh? Except for his jack with a pair. Makes sense. Okay, so when he checks back, it's less likely he has a jack. And then here on this 4 straight, we just really want to get to showdown with our hand. We have plenty of showdown value, no reason to ruin it by betting. Cool. All right, flop goes check, check. We have a ton of showdown value. We have a gut shot. We have a double gutter. Double gutter with a gut shot to the nuts. We have 1 club. Interesting. I think we just have to play a bit cautiously on this board still. Like he could be checking some stronger hands on this board just because this board is a bit connected. And he's probably betting fairly polarized, so he could be checking a lot of his 1 pair hands, aces, kings, ace jack, maybe, hands like that. So I don't think we get to be too aggressive here on this turn. So I'm gonna guess we just check. Okay, now there's a 4. I think we just have too much showdown value, and I think we just keep checking. Okay, here we flip a flush draw, but his board is terrible for us. So we're not gonna have many raises. He bets quite large. I don't think we can really fold our flush draw, so we're just calling. Board is getting worse for us, but he bets small. Again, this board is just not very good for us. I think we're just calling. Can we make the flush? But it's not a great flush, and this board is pretty bad. So I think we do have some checks in our range here with flushes. Okay, it looks like we also like betting about 3/4 pot. Facing a small bet here, I think we do get to probably have some small raises. He bets 3rd pot. I think we get to raise for value with some of our flushes. So yeah, I think we'll elect to go for a smaller raise. Oh, look, we even get to go for bigger raises. He re-raises. I mean, he should really only be doing this with flushes. We have the 4th best flush he could have. You'd have to have a hand like 7/6 of spades for us to be good, though. Does he ever really raising with 7-6 of spades? So I guess he could be raising with the ace of spades as a bluff. I really have no idea what to do. I've never studied 3-bet spots on a river, but it seems like the sizing isn't huge. I guess we just have to call because of the sizing. But yeah, I don't, like if we were much deeper, I think it's pretty clear fold. Okay, on this board, he shouldn't have a ton of hands. I guess he has eights. He has, I guess he has all the sets. He went at, yeah, he should have all the sets here. We have a 4 with an over and a backdoor flush draw. Do we have a raise with this hand? I think maybe there's just so many, there's some higher equity raises, but if we're only raising the higher equity raises, then we don't have bluffs on turns that complete them. So I think maybe we could be raising this hand sometimes. Against the larger sizing though, I think we're just going to be calling. Can we make 2 pair? The queen is definitely better for him than it is for us, I would say. So we're going to be continuing to play pretty cautiously. Okay, so it goes check, check, and the king comes on the end. So now we get to definitely value bet our hand. The king is better for him, so we probably can't go too large. And I think we're just going to block. Okay, here we flop the world. This board is not great for us, but it's not the worst. We have a lot of 8-10 suited. We have king 10, obviously. We probably have, we don't have queens or jacks ever. We probably don't even have nines. Random being a 64. I think we probably just have to play fairly cautiously on this board, which means we're not going to be having a ton of raises even with our nutted hands. Okay, the king comes here on the end. It's kind of a shitty card. Wish it didn't come. I would say we're somewhere between 3/4 pot and an overbet here with the 10. I think he's, is he betting ace 10 on the turn? Probably sometimes, right? Yeah, I'm really not sure. I guess the king's better for him as well. I really have no idea what to do here. Types of hands he's checking back, like some ace high hands that we sort of block his, we block his check back range a bit in the sense that he'd probably be checking back a king. We unblock his bluffing range, do we? I mean, he's probably got, like on this board, it's pretty hard for him to have nothing. So yeah, I think we're going to be betting, and then just size wise, with a 10, I mean, I think we're just going to choose the bigger size. Oh, we're just checking most of the time here. Let's go back and look at that. What hands are we betting, if any? Yeah, so if we are raising, it's obviously king 10, but it's very, very rare. And on the 6, yeah, we don't really have any donks. Types of hands he's checking back are mostly like some 1-pair hands. Wow, this is a huge difference just based on the suit. So just having the king of diamonds makes this a check. What's up with that? I guess having the king of diamonds blocks a lot of his bluffs on the flop. What other kings are available? The king of hearts, which doesn't bluff the flop. Okay, and the king of clubs, which certainly might bluff the flop. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Queen, jack, 9, rainbow. Clubs, check, check. Spades. Yeah, I really don't know. Because having the king of diamonds. King, queen off is raised at full frequency. Oh, I forgot I was recording. Let me pause this while I post. Okay, let's go back to the turn. We check. I guess his king of all his hands at the king of clubs. I mean, his king of diamonds hands. So all of his king of diamonds shut down on the turn. Does that mean they turn into bluffs in the river? Or I just don't see it. Maybe it's that he has king 10 of diamonds. Huh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when he has the king of diamonds. Weird. Hopefully someone in my Discord group can help me figure this one out, because I don't get it. All right, monotone board. Let that one go. Okay, we flop open ender. This board's not great for him. If he's just betting range on this board, we definitely get to punish him with some raises. This hand seems like a perfect hand to raise, regardless of our random number here. We have all the sets. We have some two pairs. We have straight draws. We have flush draws. We have straights even. We're definitely raising here. Oh man, we're not raising all of these hands, but apparently we need to be tighter than I thought. He's got sets as well. He's got overpairs. The 5 is, how many 5s do we have in our raising range here? Maybe like ace 5, maybe. Maybe like 5-4, 5-4 suited. We don't have a ton of 5s in our flop raising range. And he's definitely calling with all of his 5s. We're not raising with all of ours. I think that devalues our hand a bit. Even when we make a straight, we don't make the nuts. Probably slow down. Okay, we make the straight. Our range is doing quite well on this turn, I think. We just have the stone nuts. No, we don't have the stone nuts, but we have quite strong hand. We turn a gut shot. This board's not great for us. He's got a lot of, I mean, he's got king jack. I don't know if he's checking back king jack always. We block king jack. But I think in general, this board is a bit better for him. Blocking king jack is really nice. I wish we blocked the flush card. Then we'd definitely be betting, I think. But we have a gut shot. types of hands he's checking back on this board. Some weak queens, like some queen nine for sure. And then just some ace, like some ace nines. Okay, so we like betting 5, checking. Goes check, check. We have king high. We block a lot of the best hands. He would have bet with a flush draw. I feel like he's weighted towards like ace highs. I think we just take the ace high. We have a pretty awful hand. I think we're just giving up. We have a couple backdoor options. No backdoor flush draw. We just have queen high. It's a really small bet. I think we do call here. Oh, wow. We fold 95% of the time here. Okay. So that means we're probably just giving up. We check back. The flush comes. We have the flush blocking jack. I guess some straights get there, but I think this is a perfect opportunity for a block bet. Oh, we like a little bit larger bet. Okay, this board's really good for him. We have second pair with the flush blocker. We kind of want him. It's really hard for us to improve. Similar story. Oh, wow, we're calling all the time there. This is just a lot harder. Fair enough. No. Ooh, I didn't even see the straight draw. Okay, we're open-ended. The 4 is likely to not change anything. He checks behind. We have the spade blocker. I think we get to bet quite aggressively here. Maybe even get to do some overbetting. Is he gonna be checking back many 4s? He's probably betting a lot of his 4s. Deuces might be a lead for, oh no, straight gets there, flush gets there. King's much better for him. Wow, we actually like betting there in the end. Nothing to do, but just a call there. Not a great card for us. Okay, we block the sets. We don't block the king. I guess we block king. Okay, I think we just have too much showdown value to be raising here. This seems like it's probably just a call. Oh, I guess a fold because there's a larger sizing. We pick up a double gutter. We have All right, ace and heart, we have 2 overs, we have a double gutter. That's like 8 outs. And then let's say like 3 of our, it's like 11 outs. It's like 22%. And then we need about, yeah, I think it's just a call. Okay, now what? We don't want it to go check. What types of hands do we? I mean, yeah, most of our hands are going to be. All right, that's it for now.